Bend the knees, hover them off the mat. Take one more inhale, lift the hips. Exhale, bend them, hover them off of the mat. And then inhale, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Bend your knees, gaze forward. Slowly walk or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold, release the head. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up. Hands come through heart center and stand tall, Tadasana, mountain pose. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold, plant your hands, bend your knees. Step one foot back, the other to meet it, plank pose, top of a push-up. Slowly bend your knees. Bend your elbows, lower your chest. Slide the chest through to inhale up for cobra. And pause here, root the shoulders back. Spread your chest wide. Maybe bend the elbows slightly to feel the spine lengthen, and then you can straighten them from there. And then exhale, slowly release. Tuck your toes. Lift your hips, downward facing dog. Bend your knees. Hop or step to the top of your mat. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold, release the head. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up. Exhale, through heart center, stand tall, Tadasana. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold, bend your knees, step back to plank. And you can lower knees, chest, and chin, or bend your elbows. Hover over the mat for chaturanga. And then inhale up for cobra, or lift thighs off the mat for upward facing dog. Inhale, lift, downward facing dog. Bend your knees, hop or step to the top of your mat. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Hands come through heart center, stand tall. Again, inhale, sweep. Press your feet down as you lift up. Exhale, dive over the legs. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees. Step the left leg back only. And then lower that knee to the mat. Untuck the toe. Pull the chest forward, gaze forward, and slightly sink the hips forward. Option to stay here, option to draw the hands to the tops of the legs, or option to sweep them up overhead. Root the shoulders back, and again, be gentle in that hip. Lift the front body and feel your ribs root back. Inhale here, and then exhale, sweep your arms back with resistance as if you're gonna clap your hands behind your back. Then inhale, sweep them up. Exhale, sweep them back. Again, inhale up. And exhale, flowing the arms here. So feel your back, top of the foot, press down on the mat. Feel your inner legs squeeze together even though they're apart. So we create that stability. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, gaze up, maybe take a small back bend. Exhale. Again, inhale, rise up, maybe look back, take a back bend, and release. Once more, inhale. Exhale, last one. Inhale. Exhale, float the hands down, plant them, untuck the toes, step back to plank, and move through your vinyasa flow, knees, chest, and chin, or chaturanga, to cobra or upward facing dog. Back to downward facing dog. Bend your knees, hop or step to the top of your mat. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up. Exhale, through heart center, stand tall. Great. Step your feet together if they aren't already. Bend your knees, scoop the pelvis out, and then sink a little bit deeper. Sweep the arms out in front of you, either shoulder height or up past the head. Roll the shoulders back, but keep scooping the belly button, so don't let the back arch here. We're gonna really round it. Inhale. Exhale, sink a little bit deeper. And breathe. Inhale. Exhale, squeeze and maybe release any tension in the toes so we're not gripping. Again, inhale. Exhale, feel that warmth. Inhale. Exhale, take one more inhale. Exhale, dive all the way over the legs. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold, bend your knees, step that right leg long. Lower the knee to the mat, untuck the toe. And again, pull your chest forward, sink your hips towards the front foot. Option to bring your hands to the tops of the legs or up overhead. Lift up out of the hips to lengthen. Press the back top of your foot down. Inhale. Exhale, sweep the arms back. Inhale up. Exhale, sweep. Again, inhale. Exhale, once more. Inhale, lift. Exhale. Inhale, maybe look up, take a small back bend. Exhale, sweep them back. Again, inhale, look up. Exhale, once more. Inhale. Exhale, float the arms down. Tuck that toe, step back. Move through your vinyasa flow or skip it, and always, always an option to skip it. From here, everybody lower your knees. Bring your big toes to touch. Sit your hips back. Lower your forehead to the mat and take a child's pose. And take a moment to observe how your breath feels right here. Maybe it's quivering a little bit like mine is. Maybe it's deep and full. Maybe it's still shallow. And don't judge it, just notice it. Inhale through the nose, open mouth, exhale, take a cleansing breath. Ha. And then inhale through the nose, close your lips, exhale. From here, tuck your toes. Inhale, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Bend your knees, hop or step to the top of your mat. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, through heart center, stand tall. Bend your knees, sweep the arms up, scoop the pelvis, chair pose once more. Inhale, exhale, and feel your tailbone really curl down. And as it does, you're squeezing the inner legs together. The front knees are sinking back. So you can almost gaze down and see your big toes. And then pull the chest up. Gaze up. Inhale. Exhale. Take another deep breath. Inhale. Exhale. Dive over the legs. Let the head go. Inhale. Half lift. Exhale. Forward fold. Bend your knees. Step that right foot back and pause here. Option to keep the leg straight. Option to lower the knee to the mat. Gaze forward, pull the chest forward, and as you do, press through the back heel. Option to stay here, option to plant your right hand into the mat. Inhale, the left arm high, and take a twist. Take several deep breaths here, and again, feel your back foot press away from you. Spin the chest. Engage your arms, spread the fingers wide. Inhale. Exhale. Take one more inhale. Exhale, slowly release the hands. Step back, move through that vinyasa flow or skip it. Bend your knees, hop or step to the top of your mat. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Hands come through heart center, stand tall. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, dive over the legs. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold, bend your knees, step the left leg nice and long, and really step it long to lengthen it first. Then press through the back heel. And then pull your chest forward. So we have this opposition happening. Gaze forward. Option to lower your knee to the mat, or option to plant your left hand. Inhale, right arm up high. Take a twist. Inhale here. Exhale, breathe. Take another deep breath. Inhale. Exhale, take one more. Inhale. Exhale, slowly release the hands. Step back. Move through your vinyasa flow or skip it. Bend your knees, hop or step to the top of your mat. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Hands come through heart center, stand tall, Tadasana. From here, step your right foot back. We're gonna come straight into warrior two. So your back foot is parallel to the back edge of the mat. Bend the front knee and make sure the knee is directly over the middle toe. So if we were drawing a straight line, straight through. See if the pelvis can drop down. We lift the front of the body and sweep the arms long. Release any tension in the shoulders here and gaze past the front arm. Inhale. Exhale, deepen the bend in the front knee, and when you do, press through the back leg even more. So we're nice and balanced here. Inhale. Exhale, engage your arms. Breathe a little puff of air underneath of them. Yeah, so they're nice and long. That's it. Inhale. Exhale, flip your front palm, reach back, reverse your warrior, keep the bend in the front knee. Inhale, rise all the way up. Then exhale, release this left arm on top of the left thigh, sweep your right arm past the head. Extended side angle. Option to lower that left hand to the inside of your foot. Inhale, rise up. And then exhale, reverse. Once more, flowing here. Inhale. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale up. Exhale. Breathing here. Inhale. Exhale. And again, whatever sounds your body wants to make now. Whether it's a sigh or a grunt, let it out. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe once more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Reach. And then inhale. Rise up. Straighten your front leg. Pull your hips back. Keep reaching forward until this hand comes to the thigh, the shin, or the mat. Spin your chest, gaze up. Triangle pose. Breathing here, feel your chest expand. Body is lengthening from all directions. Breathing especially into the space between the hip and the ribs. Notice if your body's warming up. If we're releasing any tension in our face or our shoulders, take one more deep breath. Inhale. Exhale, rise all the way up. Nice. Cartwheel the hands down to the mat. Step back, move through that vinyasa flow or skip it. Bend your knees, hop or step to the top of your mat. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up. Hands come through heart center, stand tall, Tadasana. Step your left foot back. I'm gonna reverse sides. So back foot once again parallel to the back edge of the mat. Feel your back thigh pull back. That way you're engaging it and then you're rooting through the pinky toe side of the foot. Bend your front knee. Make sure this front thigh is not knocking in. We're gonna really open it and drop your tailbone down. Sweep the arms long. Release the shoulders. And breathe here, making any minute adjustments that serve you best. Breathing, inhale. Exhale, sink a little bit deeper. Inhale. Exhale, flip your front palm, reach back, reverse your warrior. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, reach, extended side angle. Once more, inhale. Exhale. Again, inhale. And exhale, flowing here. Seeing if we can keep the inhale and exhale even. So we're not taking a longer inhale and a short exhale, but rather they're nice and even, balanced and steady. Great, feel your hips root down. Take one more. And then inhale, rise up, straighten the front leg. Pull your hips back, keep reaching forward. Being mindful that your body stays over the leg, and then lower the hand to the thigh, the shin, or the mat. Spin your chest, gaze up. Triangle pose. Breathing here, inhale. Exhale, breathe. Inhale. Exhale, take one more breath. Inhale. Exhale, rise all the way up. Rebend that front knee. Cartwheel the hands down to the mat. Step back and move through that vinyasa flow. And when you're ready, hop or step to the top of your mat. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold, release the head. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up. Exhale the hands through heart center. Stand tall, Tadasana. From here, step your right leg back. And this time, both toes and both hips are going to face the front of the mat. Feel your inner legs hug together even though they're apart, and take your hands to the hips. Lift the front of the body, inhale up. Elbows are drawing out to the side. And then exhale, slowly hinge. Really pull your hips back as you lengthen forward to find a nice long line. And then hands can come to the top of the thigh, to your shin. They can come to either side of your foot, or you can even grab a hold of the wall next to you, whatever serves you best. And then wherever you're at, slowly release the upper body from the head towards the knee. So the forehead and knee are drawing together, even if it's just in your mind's eye here. They don't have to touch, but send your energy in that direction. Inhale. Exhale, breathe. Take another breath. Inhale. Exhale, and then option to stay here. Option to flip the palms so the fingertips point towards the back foot, and just take the fingers slightly towards the back foot. Tent them so we're up on the finger pads, and then press down firmly. You're gonna slightly rock the weight into your left foot, and then kick your right toes up towards the sky. The right knee is still facing the mat, so we're not opening the hip, and we're pressing down to balance here, pyramid pose. Inhale. Exhale, breathe. Take another breath. Inhale. Exhale, take one more. Inhale. Exhale, slowly release the foot. Slowly press into the feet to rise all the way up. Bend the knees, step the feet together, and shake it out. Great. From here, left foot draws back. And again, make sure we're in nice alignment, and you can always come out of it and play with it if we're not stuck. So toes and hips face forward, tailbone drops down, upper body lifts up. Inhale here. And then exhale, pull the hips back as you root the crown of the head and chest forward. Keep diving over that leg until the hand comes to the thigh, the shin, the mat, or the wall. Slowly draw the forehead towards the knee, even if it's just in your mind's eye here. And what tends to happen is this front hip wants to come forward. Can we root it back? And when we do, feel the inner legs connect. Feel the pose in the back of the leg and breathe. Inhale. Exhale, take another breath. Inhale. Exhale. Then option to stay here, option to flip the palms again, so fingertips point back, hands root towards the foot, tent the fingers, so just the finger pads are pressing into the mat. Roll the shoulders back, slightly shift the weight into the front foot, kick the back toes up towards the sky, and remember that back knee is still facing down towards the mat, so don't let the hip open. Inhale. Exhale, breathe. Take a few more deep breaths here. Inhale. Exhale, and maybe just notice the difference from one side to the next. What feels different? One more breath. Inhale. Exhale, slowly release the foot. Press into the feet, rise all the way up. Bend the knees, step your feet together, and shake it out. Very nice. Coming back to the top of your mat. Once more, bend your knees, sweep the arms up, Utkatasana chair pose. Scoop the pelvis, and then option to stay here. Option to draw the hands together at heart center and twist over to the right. Hook the left arm to the outside of the right leg and press into the palms to lift the chest. Hips are sinking nice and low. Inhale here. Exhale, breathe. Take another deep breath. Inhale. Exhale, one more. Inhale. Exhale, back to heart center. Option to twist to the opposite side. Right arm comes to the outside of the left. Press into the palms. Lift the chest. Breathe here, sinking the hips nice and low. Inhale. Exhale, take one more. Inhale. Exhale, back to heart center. Dive over the legs. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold, bend your knees. Step one foot back, the other to meet it, plank pose, and we're gonna hold plank for 3 breaths. So you can lower the knees if that best serves you today. Otherwise, stay here. Hips and shoulders are in one line. We're hugging the belly button into the spine, pressing the heels of the feet back. Gaze forward, past the hands. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale. Exhale, slowly lower knees, chest, and chin, or chaturanga. Move through your vinyasa flow here. And from here, everybody lower your knees, sit your hips back. Take a well-deserved child's pose. Breathing. Letting out any audible sounds. Take another cleansing breath here. Inhale. Let it out. One more breath. Inhale. And then exhale. Slowly walk the hands in towards the knees. And we're going to come to gate pose on our knees. So if this is not serving you on your knees today, you're just going to come to a seated position and follow the same thing. So if your knees need a little extra cushion, you can double your mat over here for a couple inches of extra cush. I'm going to turn and face you actually. So let me get my mat back out. Great. So from here, draw your hands to your hips. Lengthen the spine, lift up tall, just like we were doing Tadasana, mountain pose. Sweep your right foot out to the side, and your toes are going to face forward. And this might seem a little funny of an angle on the ankle, but we're going to press our pinky toe down and feel the thigh root back. Then slide your right hand down as if it's going to touch your heel. Sweep the left arm up and reach up and over. And again, allow that shoulder to release away from the ear. Spin your chest. Inhale. Exhale, take another breath. Inhale. Exhale, one more, inhale. Exhale, rise all the way up. Lower this left hand to the mat. Sweep your right arm straight up to the sky, and then option to stay here, option to flex through that back foot, kick it back, and take a balanced pose here. Inhale. Exhale, breathe. Inhale. Exhale, one more, inhale. Exhale, slowly release and rise all the way up. Beautiful. Take your hands down to your mat and simply switch sides. So left foot is drawing out. Toes are pointing forward. Hands draw to the hips. Lengthen the spine. Slide your left hand down and inhale, reach the right arm up. Find length first, so lift up and then reach over. Breathing here, spinning your chest. Gaze up underneath of the arm. Another deep breath, inhale. Exhale, reach, gate pose. And one more, inhale. Exhale, rise all the way up. Release this right hand down. Inhale, sweep the left arm up high, and option to stay here, option to flex through that foot. Kick it back, take a balance. Breathing, see if that back leg could get parallel to the floor. So we're not lowering it too much and we're not lifting it up. We're nice and even with the hip. Inhale. Exhale, take one more, inhale. Exhale, slowly release the foot, rise all the way up. Bend your knees, release the hands. And shake it out, nice. Returning to the back of your mat. Take your hands to the middle of the mat. And then feel your arms and elbows root back. So elbows are pointing towards the back of your mat. Lower to the forearms and option to stay here, pulling the chest forward. It's almost like table pose, but lowering the forearms here. Option to stay here or lift the hips for dolphin pose. Pressing into the forearms, head is off of the mat. We're gazing forward. Breathing here, inhale. Exhale, breathe, take another deep breath, inhale. Exhale, take one more, inhale. Exhale, slowly release the knees. Great, and lift the forearms off of the mat. Inhale, lift, downward facing dog. And from here, coming into pigeon pose, I'll give you two options. Inhale, sweep the right leg up high. And then bend the knee. Reach it towards that right elbow and lower it down to the mat. Slide your back leg out and lift up tall. Inhale here, and then exhale, lower down to the forearms. Second option, if this is not available to your knee today, is you're gonna come to your backside. You're gonna send your right foot straight up to the sky, flexing it. Left leg is gonna cross over the shin or over the thigh. Reach through and pull on the back of the legs. Just make sure we're not pulling on the back of the knee. And then you'll soften your head down. So your choice. Either on your back in figure 4 or in pigeon, breathing here. Take a few more deep breaths. Again, inhale. And exhale, take one more, inhale. And exhale, plant your hands into the mat, tuck your back toe. Bend your elbows, and then lift the right leg straight up towards the sky. And lower it down to your mat, downward facing dog. Inhale, sweep that left leg up high, gaze forward. Bend the knee, reach it for that elbow, and then lower it down to your mat. Slide your right leg back to find length, and then inhale, lift the chest lower down to the forearms. Second option on this side is to come to your back side and send your left leg up high, cross the right over top of the shin or thigh, reach through to the back of the thigh, and then pull, softening the spine and the head down. So breathing wherever you're at. Closing your eyes if you choose and feeling the skin soften away from the muscles. Breathing into whatever space you feel it the most during this pose. Again, inhale and exhale. And when you're ready, inhale, press into the mat. Tuck your back toe, bend your elbows. Lift that left leg straight up to the sky and lower it down to your mat, downward facing dog. Bend your knees, slowly lower them to the mat, walk your hands in, and we'll meet on our bottoms however you'd like to get there. We've made it down to the mat. All right. So take a moment to get adjusted here, rolling the hips back and forth. We're gonna come back to Dandasana staff pose, just like we started with. So toes are pointing straight up. We're rolling the shoulders back and feeling the spine lengthen. From here, step your right foot in to the inside of your left. Take your hands, wrap them around the shin, and then lift the spine, gaze slightly up. Option number one to stay here. Option number two to take your hands under your foot. Draw the knee into your chest, almost like a bow and arrow here. Option to straighten the leg. Inhale, pull the chest towards the leg, and then the leg towards your chest. So we have engagement from both sides. Inhale, exhale, keep flexing through that bottom foot. Inhale, exhale, and with every inhale, we lengthen our spine. Every exhale, maybe the leg softens closer towards your upper body. Again, inhale. Exhale, take one more inhale. Exhale, slowly release the leg and send it out, shake it out. Beautiful. All right, second side. Draw your left foot in. Wrap the hands around the shin. Option to stay here, option to grab the bottom of the foot. You can also grab underneath the thigh if that better serves you. Draw the knee into the chest and then option to straighten the leg. Now the tendency here, and I can tell I already want to do it, is my chest and my spine want to fall backwards. Can I lift my spine so that your shoulders are over your hips? And you might feel that slightly rock forward and your leg might fall a little bit, but that's a-okay. We want to find length as if we were standing up tall. And then gaze forward, breathe here. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, bend the elbows, reach the leg in towards the chest again. Inhale. Exhale, breathe. Take two more. Inhale. Exhale, one more. Inhale. Exhale, slowly release the leg and shake it out. Very nice. Draw your hips to the middle of your mat so that you can come all the way down to your backside. So slide down and then bend your knees so your feet are flat against your mat, but make sure your feet are hips width apart. So they're not too wide and they're not too close. Nice and even with your hips to the knees, down through the ankles and feet. Press your hands flat by your hips, gaze up, and then slowly peel the hips off of the mat, pressing the forearms down for a half bridge. Keep lifting the hips and lengthening. Breathing here. Inhale. Exhale. And as we do this, feel the inner legs hug together. So sometimes they want to fall open. Can they root together? Knees and hips are still hips width apart. Inhale. Lift a little bit higher. Exhale. Take one more inhale. Exhale. Slowly release the spine all the way down. Great. We're going to come into one more set of this, but more options the second time around. You can either come back in a half bridge as we did before, or you can either kick your feet up to shoulder stand, catching the low back, sending both feet up towards the sky, or you can come into plow pose. Let me see if I have room to demonstrate. Plow pose, you'll send one foot behind the head, the other to meet it. Hands are still supporting under the low back. So your choice. Here we go. Inhale, press the feet down, send the hips up for a half bridge. Or inhale, sweep one leg up, the other to meet it, catching the low back for shoulder stand. Option to stay here, option to send both feet overhead for plow pose. Breathing wherever you're at in this space. Inhale. Exhale, breathe. Take two more breaths. Take one more inhale. And exhale very carefully. Draw the knees into the chest and then roll down one vertebra at a time, slowly lowering until we've made it down to our mat. Nice. And I'm just going to readjust myself so you can see me. From here, take your feet nice and wide as the mat or wider. And then send both knees to the right. Take your arms out to a letter T and look over your left shoulder, closing your eyes here in this twist. Take several deep breaths. Inhale. And exhale. When you're ready, inhale, sweep both knees to the opposite side. Keeping your feet nice and wide. Take your gaze over your right shoulder, close your eyes. Breathing here. Take one more deep breath, inhale. And then exhale, slowly send the knees back to center. And then we're going to step the feet together. Opening both knees to the side, bringing the soles of the feet together for reclined bound angle. Supta Baddha Konasana. Step your feet in close towards your hips so we get that big hip opening. And if this is too much on your hips today, that's A-okay. You can draw the knees together or you can draw the knees into the chest. Your choice. But feel your spine lengthen, especially that mid to low back that always wants to arch and pop off. See if your ribs and the backside can root down so you're pressing and engaging the core. And then option to stay here, option to peel your head and shoulders off of the mat. Reach your arms forward. So we're engaging the core here. And we're going to breathe here. Inhale. Exhale, breathe. Again, inhale. Exhale. Take another deep breath. Inhale. Exhale. And a little pulses here, reaching slightly forward. Engaging your core. Breathing here. For 4, 3, 2, 1, and then release, close your eyes. One more breath here, inhale. And then exhale, slowly send the legs out in front of you. For the best pose ever, Shavasana, rest pose. So allow your feet to just fall away from one another. Palms flip up towards the sky. Roll your shoulders back, and if you have a blanket or any layers you want, or an eye pillow, you can grab them now. And close your eyes here. Feeling yourself melt into the mat. Allowing your body to soak up all of the hard work it did for the past hour. Allowing your breath to really enter, flowing through all spaces. One last time, recall that intention that you said at the beginning of class. Whatever that was. And I'll call you back when it's time. Slowly start to deepen your breath. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Maybe rock your head and your hips side to side. And when you're ready, slowly draw your knees into your chest and roll over to one side. Pausing for a moment or two. And then with your eyes closed, slowly come back to a seated position, just like we began class with. And we'll press our hands together at heart center, closing our practice with one round of Om tonight. And if this is something you would prefer not to do, You can sit and listen with me. So we'll inhale and exhale on an Om. Here we go. Inhale deeply. Slowly bow your head into your hand. Take a moment to thank yourself for being here, for making time for what you need, and for sharing your practice with all the beautiful people here tonight, near and far. Namaste.